Round one. Fight.
Heroes never die.
I'm Commander Shepard, and this is my favorite store on the Citadel.
I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee.
Power, sex, power. They both come down to one thing.
Hungry gamers.
Hello, and welcome, boys and girls, to the 137th episode of the Hungry Gamers podcast. We are powered by 8bit.net and Audio Technica. I am your extremely humble host, Brendan White. You can find me just about everywhere at Brendan8bit. And joining me today, the traditional creaming soda and vanilla ice cream to my spider, Salim Abraham, who can be found at Salim TD, and Miss Ali Hart, who can be found at Miss Ali Hart. What is going on, people?
Good morning. Now I just want sweets.
Anytime's a good time for sweets.
Oh, I don't know. First thing in the morning.
When was the last time anyone had a spider? For you guys?
It's been a while.
It has been a while for me as well, yeah. Not a bad little summer treat.
Yeah, I've always been pretty hit and miss on them, like especially if you're using Coca-Cola in a spider, because it makes me sad that you're sort of just wasting that delicious Coke and it gets, loses all the fizz, loses the flavor.
It gets a weird consistency because it's a thick soft drink now, and it just, I don't know, I didn't love them. I was never hot on them, just quietly.
But to be honest, then I guess it kind of set the way for vanilla Coke.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine the Coca-Cola employee back in, I don't know, 1993 making a spider and he goes, you know what, I'm onto something here, and then vanilla Coke was born.
Vanilla Coke was definitely in the 2000s.
Well, it took him a while to perfect the science. That's why, 7 years till the 2000s.
Gave him some time, yeah, okay.
Those Koch brothers really wanted to make sure they got it right before they released to market.
Actually, speaking of people ruining Coke, what the hell is peach Coke?
It's disgusting. I tried it the other day and it sucks arsehole. Like
Orange Coke was disgusting, and then now everyone's posting peach Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hell?
The world is in chaos at the moment, It's first Trump, now peach Coke, what next? My goodness.
This is the darkest timeline.
Yeah. So it's rough here at Hungry HQ on episode 137. Maybe to lift the energy level and the enthusiasm up a little bit, maybe we can talk about what we've been playing this week. Dream. I see you've been playing something that isn't World of Warcraft.
Can I just put it out there? Hold on. Because I've copped a lot of shit about World of Warcraft. It's been maybe 3 months since I've played that game. Fair to say?
Yeah, okay.
That's right. So, I'll start by talking about what I think is a modern classic. It's a Steam game called There's Poop in My Soup. This is very much a Miss Ali Hart title.
I was about to say, why are you stomping on my turf, mate?
Yeah, so without even looking at friends who own this game, I knew this would be one of your games. Have you played this, Ali?
I actually don't own
You
this.
don't
No,
own
I
this?
don't actually have this one.
Oh.
No, I am familiar with it though, but I don't know. It ain't no super duper party pooper. That's for sure.
Or the very anticipated sequel, There's a Queef on My Beef.
God, that's it. I'm out.
Should just end it right there. Why are you trying to cut in and be the funny guy on my funny game here, Brendan? Okay, let's bring it back. This is an audio medium. So There's Poop in My Soup is is a game. It was a Steam Greenlight game. It came out in 2016 by K Brothers, I think it is. It's a really simple game. You wouldn't believe it. There's not a lot of depth to it.
No?
You're like a little baby scaling across like a rooftop tight wire like thing, like just across this like map, and there are passerbys underneath who you poo on, and you can poo. Is it like, I know what you're thinking, Brendan and Ali. Is it literally just about trying to poo in soup? No, it's not. Right?
Well, my question's been answered.
Think twice. You're pooing on cyclists. You're pooing on people eating soup. You're pooing in the soup. You're pooing on prams. You're pooing on mums that are pushing the prams. You're pooing on taxis. You're pooing on everything. You have a whole list of things that you need to poo on. It's called your to-poo list.
It just keeps getting better.
Now, when you get like, this is the best part. This is the part that I really didn't see coming. And it doesn't sound like much, but when you get like a chain going, like when you get like a few in a row,
a poo combo,
like it is definitely very much a poo combo. Music kicks in, and like the more that the chain builds up, the music just gets louder and louder. I just start dancing to it, just like trying to keep the chain going, because it's fucking, I don't know, it's like so hypey, like it just builds you up to just keep pooing on more and more things. It's so addictive, this game. And I know what else you're asking. You're like, well, where are you pooing? Like, geographically, where is this? Well,
that was my thought process on this.
You'll be pleased to know you start off in NYC. You start off in New York City.
Okay.
But this is very much an inclusive game. It is an equal opportunity poo game. So you start off pooing there, work your way up, and then once you've kind of nailed the to-poo list, you become Mr. Baby Worldwide. You go to Beijing, and you get to poo on. You get to poo on Chinese people, Chinese models and characters and stuff. And then once you've nailed that little city, you go to Paris. And you just poo on people over there as well. This game's actually a lot of fun. It's like $3.50 or something on Steam. I can't rate it enough. It is actually the funniest game I've played in 2019 to date. And I've played funny games like MTG Arena. Fucking, I don't know what else. Oh, that's probably about it so far in January.
So, Sam, you'd say this game is good for shits and giggles?
I've played... yeah, this game, I'm trying to think of something that like where I can throw runs in. This game runs right through you. Like, I don't want to finish that sentence. Yeah, this game is great. This game is good. Ali, this is a Miss Ali Hart game.
Wow.
Please go and get it. Please go and get it.
How much time have you spent playing There's a Poop in My Soup?
Played for about an hour, which is more than you need, by the way. It's a really short game. You can conquer the 3 cities pretty quickly, and you reset it as well. The funniest bit about it, though, is like it starts off slow. Like, you don't have too many models walking underneath you, and then all of a sudden it just builds up like crazy. Maybe if you want to throw the builds up thing under there. And you just get like, and you have special moves as well. Like, so you can do in the New York City map, for example, you have like a poo bomb, and it just like explodes shit everywhere. And it's just mayhem. There's like models everywhere just shat on. It's a great game. It's a really good game. Give it a try. I think the reason I liked it was because it is quick and easy, and I can just, there's no investment there. You can just go in, do your business, and leave. No, that's not as funny. I think out of about 3 poo jokes, that was the weakest. I'm trying to be funny, guys.
You need more fiber in your jokes, mate.
Yeah. I think that's the 4th. That's got to be at the bottom of the list.
Damn it.
Rate our poo jokes. I also
Remember
played...
that website?
Rate My Poo?
Rate My Poo.
Yeah, ratemypoo.com.
Is that a thing?
It was a thing.
I'm going to see if it's still going.
All right, Brendan.
This was that dark area of the internet, like back when we were kids. Like, the internet was a lot of fucked up websites.
Now,
so
website is gone.
Dang.
Well, there's opportunity to strike there, I think. It'd be like an Instagram page now. Kind of like Dick Latte. Have you seen Dick Latte?
I don't think I have.
It's where, like, you know how there's like latte art? It's just different kind of dicks drawn into lattes.
Did you guys ever see the post that I put on my Instagram stories that I got given what clearly looked like a bloody dick on my coffee?
A bloody dick?
No, not a bloody one. That was just the Aussie coming through.
Oh, okay.
But I think...
I'm like, Jesus, they went all out.
Yeah, no one wants a bloody dick. No, so you've got one, have you, on your Insta?
No, it was on my story, so it's gone.
Long gone.
I have been playing a lot of Magic again this week, and I'm officially addicted to this game. This is my WoW of 2019 for sure. I just really can't say enough good things about this game and about MTG Arena. So I've been playing. We just came out of like the first month of like competitive play that I've participated in, the first season that I've participated in. There's a new season every month, and it's just kind of this thing of like going up through ranks, bronze, silver, gold, whatever the ones after gold are. Platinum. Yeah, usually it's platinum. I just wasn't sure if Magic had like its own unique one.
Tungsten.
Yeah. Dragonstone. It's so good, and I'm at a point now where I'm really understanding the meta. I play this mill deck. It's the whole purpose of it is to actually just make your opponent discard as many cards as they can from the top of their deck to their graveyard. And the win condition is basically when they run out of cards and they can't draw any more cards, they automatically lose the game. It's an instant defeat. So the whole point of this deck is to just kind of hold out as long as you can, counter as many of their cards as you can, while still making them just discard cards from the top of their deck. It's actually a lot of fun. I really, really enjoy playing it. And I enjoy, like... I think the thing about this game, comparing it to something like Hearthstone, and the reason that I'm enjoying it so much more is because it's more complex, and there's a deeper card pool. So there's other ways that you can win, and there are other win conditions that you can employ that are just too hard to do in Hearthstone. Hearthstone's so simple, and that's one of its strengths, but because it's so simple, there's only like a handful of ways you can really get things done. And to do something like a mill deck in Hearthstone, it's just harder to pull off. It's so much harder to pull off. So I'm just loving playing this deck. It's literally a deck I've played for like more than 30 days now, and I still find it an exciting deck to play. I make slight changes here and there, but it's still just every game's just as interesting to me as the last, which again is something that I never really felt when I was playing Hearthstone. I kind of play one deck and then I just want to move on to the next one and see how the next one plays. I know you guys aren't really big on this game, but if anyone out there is really big on CCGs, this is probably the best one to play in my opinion. Having played Hearthstone extensively, having played Shadowverse a fair bit, having played Gwent, and having kind of fucked with Elder Scrolls Legends as well a little bit, in my opinion, MTG Arena is the best one by far to dig into. So give it a crack. Let me know if you're on there. My handle is SalimTD. If you want to take a run of my mill deck, by all means, send me a challenge.
Step up.
Yeah.
I'd say that statement has got a fair amount of weight behind it, because you are the resident CCG man here at the 8-bit headquarters. So you put more hours into those games than probably the rest of us combined. So Salim TD, you say, for MTG Arena.
That's it.
Challenges accepted, huh? All
challenges welcome, absolutely. And I'm still learning. Like, that's the best part about this still, is that there are still decks that I come up against where I'm like, what is this whole thing? Like, what are they trying to do here? Like, there are really obscure win conditions. There are cards that just, like, there's one card called the Lich's Mastery, and this card, it is, the effect is you cannot lose the game. Anytime you gain life, you get to remove a card from your opponent's side of the board, and anytime you take damage, you have to sacrifice a card from your side of the board, and when you run out of cards, that's when you lose the game. So like there are just like game changing cards like that, where it's like it's a completely different beast to take on when you see cards like that get thrown down versus like just a standard aggro deck or a mid range deck or a combo deck. Or a control deck. It's like, what the fuck do I do here? Do I have cards that can deal with this? How do I deal with this? So on and so forth. Anyway, enough about me. You guys have played Anthem this week.
Yeah, we finally did. Miss Hart, you got in on the first wave of the quote-unquote VIP demo experience. I never found the time last weekend to dive in, but over this past weekend, I joined the people, because as we know, I'm a man of the people, so I joined everybody in the open demo. Yeah, what do you think? Give me your initial hot takes before I guess we unpack it a little bit deeper.
First of all, I think it's absolutely hilarious that the VIP demo went worse than the very generic one. So it was like, congratulations on being a VIP. Here's a shit experience. So the
why was it?
open...
Just to recap, sorry, why was it bad specifically?
The servers kept on failing everyone, logging them out of games, unable to connect, unable to maintain friendship connections while trying to do a mission. Xbox, I don't think, got on for a whole day. PlayStation kept on dropping out as well. It was not fun for people to participate. But this open beta has actually been much more successful. I think the only thing that I'm hearing is that I think PlayStation people have been reporting a few dropout issues themselves, and I know personally doing like one of the big bosses, teammates have been dropping out as well, and that's been a few reports across the board as well. But
can confirm on PC there is drops. I experienced 2 myself. Rach had 1, and for some reason as well, my computer went to sleep mid-game. I don't know why or how, but like it wasn't through inactivity. Like I was roaming around and then my computer just went to sleep. So I got disconnected again from that. So yeah, it's ripe across all platforms.
Actually, you know what? Origin shut down on me as well, just midway of using the game. Origin just went, nah, I've had enough. So yeah, unfortunately it has been plagued by issues. But at least this time around, it's not as bad as the last time around. In regards to hot takes, the game's fun.
Yeah.
It is. It's enjoyable. However, personally, I don't see any longevity of this game for me. Just for me, personally. Obviously, because it's a demo as well, we're only doing the same things over and over again, but I'm getting very bored of it. And I'm seeing a lot of repetition. I know that is rich coming from a Destiny player, but this just feels a bit too much for me. It feels like the enemies are very much like bullet sponges, so I just feel like I'm just shooting at the same things for such a long period of time as well. I only played as one class. I chose Storm, loved it, and have decided to just continue on with Storm, with upgrading, crafting, and doing some of the challenges. Now that I've reached 15. So that's kind of where I'm at. Customizing my character was fun. I'm going to go out there and say my character is absolute baller. But yeah, gameplay in general, it's a beautiful game. Really good looking game. But I probably won't buy it when it comes out.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm with you in the bullet sponginess. I think it feels like Avatar meets Destiny meets The Division as far as the look of Avatar, the sort of spaciness of of Destiny, sorry, and then that bullet spongy, just pumping ammo into enemies that you do especially in sort of year 1 of The Division, before they sort of did some patchwork there on some of the enemies and bosses. It is just round after round after round of enemies taking your firepower, your melee attacks, whatever it is, and yeah, I don't know how that'd go long term with it, especially when you do get to those, like to the raid boss and things like that, where you are just pumping ammo into this rinse repeat over and over. But yeah, it looks really nice. It's pretty close to a full build, I'm assuming, because this game comes out in like 2 weeks.
Just on that note, have you seen the release schedule for this game? It's a mess.
Oh yeah, it is all over the shop. All I know, because I'm a Origin, whatever it is, premium member, I get it on the 15th.
Yeah.
So I get it 5 days early, and then after that, it's staggered, depending on when the blood moon is highest in the sky, and so, what platform you're on. It is a dog's breakfast as far as the release schedule goes.
So EA Access, and if you've just got the basic Origin Access account, you get 10 hours from the 15th, so you can play 10 hours from Feb 15. Else, if you're on any of the consoles, it's Feb 22.
No, you get the access on Xbox as well, because Xbox has got EA Access, so it'll get you the 10 hours.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, on PC you can get full access to the entire game if you're a whatever they call the step up on Origin.
Premiere. They call it Premiere.
If you're part of the Premiere, you get the full game on the 15th. So I'll be diving in deep on the 15th, past that 10 hours. But yeah, it doesn't give you much in the demo, that's for sure. Like, you got sort of 3 or 4 mainline story missions, and it ends very quick. And then after that, you're just out there doing random expeditions, same as you said, Ali. It's just rinse repeat sort of stuff out there just to level up and hunt loot.
I also have a very, very petty thing that I don't like about it. The voice acting is terrible. It has gotten on my nerves on some occasions. It's just some of the characters, and then I think for the majority, well, for this demo anyway, these characters have repetition of lines or being constantly within the story. So it's not like I'm only going to hear them once and they're going to go away.
Yeah.
I just it gets on my nerves, and it's I don't know whose fault that is, whether it's the voice actor's fault or sound and audio or whatever. But for the most part, I'm just like, this is getting annoying.
Can I just ask, sorry, maybe a bit of a naive question, but does the progress that you make in the demo carry across? No, it doesn't. Okay.
No, it does not. So that's very true as well. So what they did do is, if you did VIP and then you did open beta, your progress carried over.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, in regards to just the beta in general and then moving on to the full game, no,
okay.
It does not.
Yeah, because
I think it started.
The demo start you at level 10, and then you capture at level 15. So you get to 15 in pretty short order, and then it's just grinding for gear, grinding for resources to craft gear, or as Ali said, just pimping out your javelins. So you get access to 4 javelins. You got your ranger, which you start in, which is sort of, I guess, your run-of-the-mill jack of all trades. And then after you hit level 12, you could use a token or whatever they called it to purchase one of the other 3, and then as you level up, you can get the others. So there's the Colossus, which is like the
tank,
the big heavy tank style. Yeah, sort of like a Titan, but big. Like, it looks like the Hulk.
Destiny fans call it a Titan.
And then your Storm, which, if you want to go Destiny fans, the Warlock, complete with cape. Nice elemental sort of javelin, which I saw constantly sort of just floating around the battlefield, dropping lightning or freezing stuff or setting things on fire.
So much fun.
And then I settled on the Interceptor, which is sort of this super quick, I guess you'd say like a melee hunter, if we're going to go Destiny. Sort of a bit of a paper cannon, so not a huge amount of shield and health, but you get in there and you've got dual blades and you can be zipping around the battlefield, sort of like a little robot ninja. And that was a hell of fun, like risk reward. Like, you get in there and sort of lay a heap of damage, but if they lock on you, you are chopped to shit in no time as the Interceptor. But I like that there is that diversity, and you're not locked into one of these javelins through the entire game experience. You can chop and change when you're back at the Forge at Fort Tarsus, which is a home base for the game.
Yeah, so the progress that you make, like using Destiny as an example, the progress that you make isn't just specifically locked to one character. It's not like you have to then make the same amount of progress to another character. Yeah. All characters are open, so the progress you make is open to all characters.
Yeah, it's tied specifically to your freelancer that you play. And I liked, one thing I did like about it too is your character that you play, whether it be male, female. Obviously, there'll be customization in the final game. I like that they have a voice, and I like that you can sort of choose decisions within the game. Like, I really irks me when there's the silent protagonist in games that you play as.
But Destiny did that so you felt like the character was yours.
Yeah, but even like in those situations when you're sitting around a table strategizing and they're like, yeah, let's go do that, and then you sort of cut to your character and they just sort of do a silent head nod. It's like, come on, say something at least.
I mean, your character does say like one or two lines once in Destiny 2, which kind of made me cringe because I'm like, oh yeah, she talks. But for the most part, I just think that's about like, you know, making a character feel like it's yours.
Yeah, but see, you can do that through the branching storylines and be able to sort of react to questions and discussion in certain ways with the commands in game, whether it be controller or keyboard based. So.
Oh, I went controller. This is
Me
the
too.
first time where I just went, nah, mouse and keyboard is going to be a no-go for me. It just handles way better on a controller.
Especially flying, when you're nipping around like
Swimming.
Iron Man and swimming, using the controller, it felt natural. I tried it on keyboard and mouse, and my goodness, it was wild. I was just smashing into walls and hitting the ground.
I almost drowned because I couldn't navigate the water with mouse and keyboard. Apparently, they are trying to fix it. They're trying to patch it up. But I think now, if I do continue to play, I started on controller. I'll probably continue on controller because, you know, once you learn, it's hard to kind of switch it out.
But I'm excited to get the full experience. It looks good. The combat, even though it is spongy at the moment, weapons feel tight. I like the gunplay as well as the melee, as well as having your two abilities depending on the class. You know, you, as I said before, throwing lightning, throwing shurikens, throwing grenades, whatever it is. So having that team makeup is really cool, where you've got your tanks, your DPS and things. So I'm looking forward to getting into the full gameplay and see if it is much different than the demo we've played over the last week or so. Because I'm a Bioware fanboy, so. Yeah, I'm getting in on it February 15th to see if it is all that we've hoped it's going to be.
No, I'll be jumping on that Division. Beta starts on the 7th.
Yep, and that's an open beta too, I think, isn't it?
No, I think they're handing out codes for that one. If you pre-order, you get access. If you applied, you'll be finding out if you got access. Actually, did everyone see how they handed out the beta codes with the title, and they said, do you want to see what a real government shutdown is like? And,
that's right. They copped a bit of backlash on social media about that.
Yeah. I don't know why they thought that was like edgy and a good way to kind of drop them. But
especially too, because Division 2 is sort of set in Washington instead of New York. So it's, nice and topical.
Yeah.
But yeah, old Ubisoft had to backpedal and apologise about that.
It's a joke, you guys. Yeah.
But yeah, Anthem. I'm keen. I'm keen to get in and play this full experience, hopefully with a couple of you guys as my Javelin co-pilots. But we'll see. We'll see. Just hopefully they fix the stabilization, because I don't want to have to be dealing with DCs and my laptop putting itself to sleep for some bizarre reason on the reg.
That's just funny. That just your PC had enough and was the gameplay and just went, you know what? Nah.
Oh, and Ken say quickly, I played it on like with the ultra wide monitor and it was buttery smooth, no issues. The rendering was on point, so even for the demo, it looked pretty good in sort of that more unique aspect ratio. So immersion levels over 9,000. All right, so a quick bit of housekeeping. Obviously, February 14th, 8-Bit Day, 8-Bit Phase 3, hashtag AT3BIT. Whole heap of news, whole heap of new content, new announcements coming your way on Feb 14th, so get hyped for that. Be sure to be checking out our socials on the Instagram, Facebook, on Twitter, because we are doing a massive ramp up leading up to that huge momentous occasion. Valentine's Day will be a thing of the past after Feb 14. It's going to be 8-Bit Day moving forward, so get hyped. Canvas Bag Watch, still no update, but one thing I can say, latest patch for Fallout 76, people are very angry because the new patch brought in old bugs from a previous patch that was fixed. So
nice.
Yeah. Bethesda, please fix the game and send me my bag. Thank you.
Are you still playing the game? It's just about the bag at this point, isn't it?
Nah, dabbling here and there. here and there. Like, I've been all about Resident Evil and Assassin's Creed and now Anthem lately, but Rach and I have been jumping. We've just been building our house. We've been doing barely any of the game, just building this massive big mansion on the hill, decking it out, kitting it out with all the bedrooms and the kitchen. It's pretty damn cute. So, yeah, it's The Sims, but with mutants that are going to come and shoot your house up and try and murder you and potentially rape your family and friends. So,
kind of like Minecraft.
Okay, and the last thing that I wanted to pose to you both before we move into the news, quick question of the week. This comes to us from Joel Banks on the Twitters. What video game character do you think you are? And also, what video game characters do you think the others are? So, we're going to look inwards and we're going to look outwards. Dream, do you want to lead us off?
No. I don't. I'm still thinking about this. Ali, did you have any thoughts?
I'm trying to think of a character. I'm going to say... Because I'm going on that level that I love eating food. And I'm a bit of a bitch. So I'm going to say that I'm King DDD.
Okay.
Also like a good dance session.
You do have on your Twitter the Snorlax Pokédex entry.
I do.
Yeah, which
that is, I didn't even have to write my own bio.
Which might be my answer, just to be quick and easy, for you.
Pokemon's too easy. Oh, well, hang on. So you're saying I'm a Snorlax?
Well, yeah, but I'm only really reiterating what you've said about yourself in the past.
Fair enough.
Okay, cool.
I'll accept that.
I'm glad I got through on that one. And Brendan, I think for you, I don't have like a specific character, but for you, I think if I had to line you up, I think you'd be like that shopkeeper. Is that what I just said?
Shopkeeper.
You're the shopkeeper. You're like a shopkeep who is like just slinging deals, just trying to
from Resident
make
Evil.
a great buck.
With the coat.
But
What are
you've
you
also
selling?
got the goss, or you've got the latest rumors. You give good tips. You look out for like the protagonist, but at the same time, you're like trying to make a buck off them as well. That doesn't sound very flattering. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with it.
Yeah.
So,
it's not what I said. It's where I'm going with it. Just remember that. Yeah.
I'll definitely take the good with the bad.
Look, I'm gonna just be
thrifty.
like,
I think is what I'm trying to get at. Like thrifty. You're thrifty.
It's not about the way you act, but we all know that there was that damn character in Horizon Zero Dawn that was Brendan, essentially.
Which one?
Like,
Oh, the dad.
I don't know the names.
The dad.
I didn't play it. But there was a character that looked like Brendan.
The main character, with the ginger hair, the lady. Yeah, I agree.
Aloy.
Aloy, yeah.
I would take that.
It's those legs.
She's strong-willed and determined and honest and forthright. Yeah. Looking at you guys, it's tough. It really is tough. Like, you could sort of blanket statement it and sort of just say you're someone from tech and you're someone from a smutty titty game, but you don't want to be like that.
Why would I be someone from Tekken?
I think you would like be close to. You'd be Lee Chaolan, or you'd be Anna Williams, or you'd be Heihachi. You'd be one of the three. Yeah.
Why am I three people?
Well, because those three people are all three people who are sort of single focused. Going in hard to fuck someone else's day up, pretty much.
Damn.
Wow.
Like they've been wronged, and now they're mad, and they are going hard to fuck someone else's day up. So I think that's why I never cross you, Ali.
Nice.
On a similar note, Dream, I don't know if it's a character so much as an object, but you remind me very much of the blue shell in Mario Kart.
What?
Where you're constantly coming in at the last minute, you're late, and you're coming in, you're wrecking house, often destroying the leaders, and potentially stealing victory in that last second as always. You're You're a lovable bastard, but people love having you around. But when someone's throwing you at them, it's not as fun. So you're the blue shell.
I don't think you've ever said anything nicer about me. I'll take that as a compliment.
And sort of the immediate thought process with Miss Hard is probably like Samus from Metroid, because badass, doesn't take no shit, and for many years, is often mistaken as one of the boys. Everyone thought that Samus was a badass male trailblazer, and then you go, oh, the helmet comes off, and it's this attractive woman. What is going on?
That's pretty bang on.
There's similar sort of stories and origins to both you two, I reckon, in that regard.
Yeah.
Is it the giant brain that keeps on following me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's my brain.
I accept that answer. That is probably the nicest compliment. Sam, you're Tingle from Zelda.
Ali, you're Claire Redfield from Resident Evil 2.
What can you tell me about this character, Sam?
I can tell you that she was voted Hero of the Year 1998 Nintendo Magazine.
No, she came third in that vote.
Oh, what? That wasn't in the clue. I can tell you she wears a maroon leather jacket and likes riding a motorbike. I can tell you that she likes kicking ass and chewing gum, and she's all out of gum. No, that was their other Who Am I, and that was obviously that was obviously Nathan
Duke
Drake.
Nukem.
Nathan Drake from the other Who Am I that we did.
You were all over the place.
All right,
so let's get into some news, huh?
This week's news headlines.
Okay, so we've got a few quick hits before we got a bit of a deeper dive on a few other things that are doing the rounds in the gaming news space. So the first one, Kano has been confirmed for Mortal Kombat 11. So the partial robot man from Australia is making his return to the gory franchise.
Is that a bit confirmed?
Kano.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
But was Kano really from Australia?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just thought that was just bad casting in the movie.
No. His origin story firmly puts him as in an Australian origin. So.
Oh, okay then. Huh.
Yeah, with his eye laser and his little sort of shank blades. He's always a good character to play. He used to, remember his little sort of suicide barrel roll flying ball thing he'd do to you back in the OG days.
Yeah, and you just constantly just button bash that one.
Oh yeah. So Kano, welcome back to Mortal Kombat, mate. And someone else making their return or debut to a franchise, Piranha Plant, rocking up to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch.
I'm absolutely disturbed by this character, though. He has little foot nubs.
Yeah, hiding under the bottom of his pot plant.
Yeah. What the hell?
Well, I guess it's more practical. Instead of having to sort of hop everywhere, he can sort of, waddle around. So.
Talking about a plant as a fighting character.
Well.
Practicality's gone out the window.
I saw some gameplay during the week of Piranha Plant, though. It looks pretty cool. I like it's got to be its up B move where it's just its little leaves sort of wrap around and it's like a helicopter. I was watching a couple of NPC boys play him. It just looked like a lot of fun. It's crazy how they make these characters work now in Super Smash. The Piranha Plant can actually be a fully fledged fighting character. Yeah,
and a viable choice to use in battle. There's been some positive press around the Smash Bros traps that he's actually decent to run with. Yeah. So we'll see.
I wonder what Apples thinks of him. Fucking Apples.
Yeah.
Have you seen when Kirby takes his form though of the Piranha Plant?
Yeah,
I haven't.
It's cute. It's cute.
I was gonna say it looks like a terrifying vagina, but yeah, right.
It's
damn.
Kirby's it's like Kirby's inside the plant mouth, basically. If you can imagine that, that's kind of what it is.
A pink thing with little mouth bit and then little claw things.
I thought it was cute.
Shout out to the movie Teeth.
There we go. I was hoping someone would make that connection.
One of the worst movies you'll ever see.
Is that with Megan Fox?
Don't watch it too young, especially if there is young people here that are yet to get into that sort of sexual activity. Don't watch that movie before you first try, because you'll be probably pretty scared to touch a vagina, because nothing good happens in that movie with vaginas.
Spoilers, vaginas don't have teeth.
Yeah, but it could warp a young person's mind, alright? Alright.
Some do.
Moving on. The PS Plus games for February have been announced. For Honor on the PS4. Hitman, the complete first season, drops on the PlayStation 4.
Wow.
Metal Gear Solid 4, Sons of the Patriots, the old PS3 exclusive, is available in PS Plus. Dive Kick on PS3 and PS Vita. Gunhouse on PS4 and PS Vita. And Rogue Aces, available on the PS4 and PS Vita as well. So there.
I need to get my copy of Hitman.
Yeah, the full season. Have you? Because you haven't played it at all, have you?
I've never played a Hitman.
Get on it. This whole episodic thing they're doing with it now is fantastic. And then they've got, obviously, the high-value targets where they're often bringing in real-life celebrities to play the bad guys, like Sean Bean, Gary Busey was one of them, and a few others. So it's
Gary Busey,
it's great
really?
killing these real-life actors, and ironic that Sean Bean dies yet again in a video game or form of pop culture. So, yeah. And then the Xbox Game with Gold have also been announced for February, with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon on Xbox One, Super Bomberman R on the Xbox One as well, Assassin's Creed Rogue on the Xbox 360, and obviously backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Star Wars Jedi Knight Academy is also available, and that one's from February 16 through to 28
Great
on
game.
both the Xbox 360 and Xbox One as well.
I love that game so much.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fantastic game. Jump on that.
Yes. And something else that's been getting jumped on lately is that Epic Game Store. Metro Exodus has officially departed Steam and is going to be another Epic Game Store exclusive. And that hasn't stopped the internet rage culture to run wild and roughshod, with the previous two Metro games on Steam getting review tanked like there's no tomorrow. But yeah, another big AAA jumping across to Epic.
This doesn't make me scared at all. But, I don't care. If Epic's gonna start, releasing or having my fucking titty games or my weird screwed up games on their platform, then, there'd be some concern. But Steam's always got my back. Steam will have my titty dick games there for me when I need them, so...
You the real MVP, Steam.
You know me, Steam. Got my back.
I'm almost ashamed to say that I still haven't downloaded the Epic Game Store to see what it actually looks like and how it feels to just kind of navigate through the storefront itself. Have either of you done that just yet?
Outside of playing Fortnite on PC, then not really.
It's very much like the same kind of portals that you would experience with Origin or Blizzard.
Yeah.
Just, little panels on the side to select through your games, or is it up the top? I only opened it when I gave Fortnite a go.
Yeah, right. Because if you're just the average gamer, so long as it's not as bad as Origin was, I just vaguely recall Origin not being very friendly when I started playing FIFA through it years ago. And I feel like if this is a clean storefront, then you don't really care, do you? Because you'll either go to Steam or, like you pointed out, Ali, you've got Blizzard's Battle.net one as well. Is it Blizzard app or is it Battle.net now? I always forget. I go through it all the bloody time, but I always go through the
I think it's still
icon.
Battle.net, right? Oh no, they did change it, didn't they?
On my desktop, it's still called Battle.net.
Yeah.
I think they changed it, but then they changed it back due to outrage.
Fuck.
God, we're great.
So,
us gamers.
Yeah, I think that the Origin Access thing, the Epic Game Store, it's almost like a non-issue for gamers. It's just for fucking Steam, for developers and for publishers. That's where it's really, ugh.
Epic's also doing this thing now where content creators can, sell things. So, I know this is not new or anything, but, Epic has that element where if people are purchasing a game, they can purchase it through, someone's, name or code or whatever. So then that person as an influencer can get some kind of, bang for their buck for promoting said game. So, I mean, that's a good avenue. I don't know if Steam has that. Does Steam have that?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, so...
It doesn't integrate at all with Twitch, does it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so things like that, and obviously what we discussed a couple episodes back, where they're giving a much higher slice of the pie to the publishers of these games to put them on the Epic Game Store. It's definitely incentivizing the big and small developers and publishers out there to jump on board. So we'll see how this landscape looks in maybe 12 months' time. see if it has really started to rival and a few of them titties crawl their way onto the Epic Game Store.
Titty crawl is not the greatest visual.
Oh, it's probably already a game. You wait.
Patent pending.
Titty Crawl Simulator 2020. It's coming. Something else from this week. Silent Hill, one of the original godfathers of the survival horror genre, has turned 20 years old. Woo! Did you guys play Silent Hill or any of the Silent Hill franchise?
Don't think I did, no.
I played the demo. I just remember playing it on PlayStation. That was it.
I used to always get Silent Hill mixed up with the game that I did play, which was Alone in the Dark, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Another good game. Yeah. Another good game.
Is that the kids one? Alone in the Dark? It's like 2 kids? No, I think it's 40 Winks, or whatever that game was.
Yeah, I know A Night in the Woods. Is that the one you're thinking of, or?
Well, I think there is one called, like, I think there is a kiddie kind of game called, like, Alone in the Dark or Lost in the Dark or something like that. But Alone in the Dark was, like, probably the first, not the first, but one of the first kind of scary games that I ever played. I think I played it on PC. Very boxy graphics, and you're in, like, a maze, and some guy's trying to catch you, and, like, yeah.
Yeah, but Silent Hill, I think Silent Hill in general scared me more than the Resident Evil games back in the day when all these were sort of, they were very toe-to-toe. It was almost like they'd both release in the same year, or to be sort of one year, one the next sort of thing. So, well,
they had some genuine scary characters, like very, very terrifying. And not to mention now that there's like an aesthetic about Silent Hill that people now relate to the weather, where it's just
the fog.
You know, the fog is like, the second that you're stuck in fog, you're like, oh, it's about to turn into Silent Hill around here.
Yeah, so. And who knows what's going to happen with this franchise? Like, obviously, we had the PT demo that came out to much hype with Kojima and Norman Reedus starring in that on the PlayStation exclusive a few years back. But then Kojima left, the Silent Hill PT game was scrapped. And there's been no word out of Konami if they're going to do anything with this franchise. Like, maybe after the success of seeing this Resident Evil 2 remake, we might see a Silent Hills remake come out in the next few years.
Yeah, let's hope so. Like I said last week, I really hope that like this revival into the horror genre in this higher quality and standard. Like, don't get me wrong, if you go through Steam, there is actually a good majority of people, like independent people, making their own horror games. And although a lot of them are kind of like using copy-paste assets, like there's definitely a demand out there. So
100%.
Getting a polished version.
Yeah, like if I could play a remake of one of the first Silent Hill games, I'd be all for it. And I know it'd be freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was number 2 or number 3, where you're pretty much preventing the rebirth of God, really, and having to kill God. That's sort of the end premise of that one. I think it was 2. And I remember playing that as a young lad, thinking, "Oh my God, this is like so controversial and so insane. Like I'm killing God, I'm preventing the birth of God again, or Jesus or something." It was bonkers. But they're good games, and they're very fucking scary.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'd hold up much today with those block sort of graphics and things, but back then, whew. Play it, Dream. But you got to play Resident Evil 2 Remake first. You said you would.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I probably did. I don't know. I say a lot of things. I hate being scared. I hate playing these horror games. Every single time you've strapped me up in a chair to play a freaking horror game, my heart has come out of my mouth, and I feel like I'm dying. I'll think about it.
YouTube.com/We're8bit to check the Dream playing the Resident Evil 7 DLC in VR, where he legitimately is probably 2 seconds away from a heart attack several times. It was touch and go, but it made for some great content.
It didn't help that you fed me like the greasiest cheeseburger in the world, like right before it, and I felt like I was
That's true.
having like anyway, okay. Silent Hill turns 20. Happy birthday, Silent Hill.
Yeah, 20 years young.
20-year-olds. You're just getting out there, you know, you're finally hitting the scene, you're 2 years past 18, you know, you're not the young person on the dance floor anymore, you've got a bit of style about you. Respect, man. Enjoy it. The future is yours.
Yeah, and something else that we might see in the very near future, If we're to take anything from the rumor mill and the dirt sheets and stuff that are circulating through the internet at the moment, is we were going to be seeing a new Titanfall game released as early as this coming Monday. So tomorrow it'd be 2 days for us, probably Tuesday sometime for us. But YouTuber The Quartering dropped a video earlier this week getting a heap of hype, claiming that EA will be dropping the official announcement this Monday with the game to be available to play immediately afterwards. And so this is going to be a standalone free-to-play game set in the Titanfall universe. The game will be called Apex Legends or something similar. It's going to have a look and play style similar to Rainbow Six Siege, where it's going to be 3-person teams, and the players on said teams are going to be class-based characters, so certain abilities, perks, and things like that. And there's going to be 60 players on the battlefield, so 20 teams of 3. What do you guys think? Free-to-play, Titanfall-based BR, but from what we're hearing, no actual Titanfall mech suits to be roaming around, and it's just going to be pilots, boots on the ground stuff. What do you reckon?
Why would you have a Titanfall game without the Titans? Don't get me wrong, I want nothing but the best for Titanfall. We've talked about it on the show. We love Titanfall a lot, but dropping something that has nothing to do with the Titans on it has me absolutely, I don't know, I'm kind of upset. I'm kind of bothered. For something that I wasn't ever expecting, or, you know, I'm still bothered by it. How very dare they?
It doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Like, the most iconic thing about your franchise in this world is the Titans. So to release a game that doesn't include that, it's really the only thing that separates you from any other FPS is the fact that you can also jump into these giant mechs. And
yeah, don't get me wrong, playing as the pilots and doing that kind of, PvP element was fun. It was very I feel like it was very fast paced.
Oh yeah, especially how you could sort of wall run and things like that, and you had your grappling hook, so you could be very mobile when you were just a little pilot. But
yeah, and I did enjoy sticking up behind people and just snapping their necks. Yeah, that was so therapeutic. Yeah, but
I feel like that aspect, right? That gameplay was done better with Destiny. Not the grappling hook specifically, but a lot of the stuff that you can do in that game, the double jumps, the sliding,
the traversal and stuff like that.
Yeah, you could sliding in Destiny. No, you can't. There is no sliding.
Yeah, you can.
There is sliding.
You can slide.
How long's it been since
Destiny? Slide shotgun. Talk to people about it.
All of that stuff feels so much more smooth in Destiny than it did in that game. The thing about that game in Titanfall 1 and 2 was that you had these mechs, in particular in 2, you had these different kinds of mechs that were just fucking fun to roll around in. And if you're going to do this game, why don't you just start it off, everyone's in a mech, and then when the mech gets destroyed, then you're just on your own, and you just have to do your best with what you've got.
Well, that's what they did have. In Titanfall 1 and 2, they've got a online mode, and it was pretty sure it was Last Titan Standing, where you all started out kitted up in your mechs, whether it be your ogres or your other sort of variety of mech out there, and once the mech went down, you become boots on the ground, and it was... I think it was 12 players maybe in the map, and then it scaled down, and then obviously last pilot or last Titan alive takes home the bicky. So why couldn't they do that and just expand it to fit this 60 players on the battlefield type of dynamic?
Here's the real question. Why?
Why are they bringing this out?
Why are they bringing this out? Is Titanfall 3 coming?
I think there will be one, but my thought process on this is... Obviously, Titanfall 2 was released at an absolute nightmare period in the year. It got neglected and overlooked by Battlefield, by COD, and things like that. So maybe this is to try and maintain relevancy, strike while the iron's hot in this BR hysteria. And obviously, we've got Battlefield 5 that's out now, but their Battle Royale mode's been delayed until sometime in March. So EA may be looking for something to stay in the headlines in the Battle Royale genre. So here's this free game. You're not losing any money jumping on this game. Play this, maybe grab a user base and get relevant, or maybe it fades out quick, but at least they're going to be talked about with Blackout and with PUBG and Fortnite and all that, at least for the next few months.
Okay.
It's
very curious.
It's such a saturated genre. And it's also not really hitting at the peak either. Like, I've got no figures, sorry, to back this up either, but I feel like we've been talking about Battle Royale for at least, for the better part of 2 years now. And much like we are with zombies now, we're sort of fatigued a bit. Or at least I feel horribly fatigued by Battle Royale games.
That's fair.
But maybe this Titanfall Battle Royale is going to be the equivalent of the Resident Evil 2 remake, and it'll get new life into the zombie genre. I don't know. I'm just trying to play the optimist on this.
Yeah, I know.
Because it is pretty crazy what they're trying to do with it, especially after Titanfall 2 not generating the sales. So this could be a big gamble. Already, it is a big gamble for EA and Respawn to have a crack at this.
But that's the thing about Titanfall 2 is that it is actually a highly rated game with just a very suboptimal release. Like, just a really shitty release. And that's what...
In saying that, I don't remember what I bought it on.
I've got it on Xbox One. And I've now got it by, EA Origins Premiere. I've got it free on there too on PC. So, But yeah, so this episode will be out for about a day, or at least a half a day probably, before we get this potential official release from EA on Apex Legends, or something titled loosely similar. But it's interesting. As you said, Dream, it is a bit of Battle Royale fatigue. Every man and his dog is trying to get in on this genre, but maybe a publisher as big as EA that can sort of have a bit more clout behind it will allow it to succeed. I don't know. But yeah, bring some Titans in. God damn it. Just not boots on the ground solely.
Grappling hooks is not enough.
No. I want a mech suit. Bigger than what you get in Anthem.
Yeah. No javelins here. Titans only.
I wonder if we're going to have a Titanfall skin in Anthem for one of your javelins.
What would a Titanfall skin look like, though?
Like a little javelin offshoot. I mean, because remember there was sort of the lean little stilt walker one. I can't remember the name. I only ever remember the ogre's name, which was the big Colossus equivalent. Maybe there's a Colossus skin that's ogred. Ogre skin that's Colossus. Anyway,
EA should be making a Star Wars Battle Royale game. That's what they should have really zeroed in on.
All class based.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Or like hero mechanics for all your players.
Just bunch of Wait, is there one in Battlefront? No, Battlefront 2 doesn't have a
no, it's
Battle
just
Royale.
like TDM or.
I guess you could say it kind of did with the game quality of The Last Man Standing actually playing that fucking game.
Oh, just threw him right in the Sarlacc pit.
Nice
right
one, Heihachi. Nice one.
All right, so the last bit of news.
Your head.
Fortnite's Marshmello concert was a bizarre and exciting glimpse of the future. And this comes by Nick Stadd at The Verge. Even if you're not a huge fan of electronic music or have never heard of the EDM producer Marshmello, Fortnite's live in-game 10-minute concert at Pleasant Park was still a shockingly stunning sight to behold. It was also an unprecedented moment in gaming. It truly felt like a glimpse into the future of interactive entertainment, where the worlds of gaming, music, and celebrity combine to create a visual experience we've never seen before. What do you think? Like, I didn't catch the concert live. I saw a couple of little YouTube clips, so it's interesting though. It's the way forward.
So I'll just put my hand up and say this I totally missed. Does anyone want to explain? Was this a bunch of in-game avatars doing fucking Fortnite dances to music?
Yeah, essentially it's kind of like what happened. So they established a stage in this. I can't remember where exactly on the map it was. Pleasant Park.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately familiar.
I don't know what that means. Oh, do you?
I know, yeah, it's a little zone.
Oh. Well, yeah, okay. So then, this a stage was established there, and then at a certain time, Marshmello.
Yep.
In all his glory as an avatar, is standing in front of his little DJ set. Lights are going off. He's doing music, and he had a live mic. It sounded like a live mic. So he was interacting live. In regards to the music being mixed live, I don't think that was happening.
Oh, he just plugged his USB stick in and pressed play, I'm assuming. So
yeah, like any good DJ nowadays. And then, like, you know, everyone obviously was, like, gathering around and just dancing, you know, like, doing their little Fortnite dances, flossing.
Oh, my
and,
God.
Dabbing. And,
Oh, no.
I don't know any of the other names.
Oh, my God.
But, you know what, in regards to what it is, it's cute. I'm sure a lot of kids enjoyed it. I'm sure a lot of adults enjoyed it as well. What it sets up for the future, I don't know. Like, I don't think people are going to be holding, like, concerts in Fortnite, so to speak. I was talking to Brendan about there's actually a group called Wave VR who's doing, like, live DJ concert sets in VR, in the VR, you know, universe, where you as a viewer can experience a DJ set in the little VR experience, and even the DJ can do their set in VR, so they can have like a lot of like an interactive set in front of them, so they can mix live by, you know, moving things around, adjusting volumes, adjusting like controls and such. So yeah, I think it's called the Wave VR if anyone wants to look at it. But I think that's a positive thing. I think getting anyone to go to experience live music from the comfort of your home as a recluse like myself. So I think it's good. I think that kind of aspect is a good idea.
Yeah, I can see the positive spin on it like that, where, as you said, people that maybe have social anxiety and don't want to go to a big stadium concert or you know, a small area to see their favourite act perform, or people that might be you know, not physically able to get there, whether it be from a financial sort of issue, or maybe, you know, people that are maybe having some form of disability, maybe in a wheelchair, and don't want to obviously be up front and centre with potential of sort of injury. It could be a nice positive spin on it, where people can get along and watch their pop star idols and feel like they are front and centre in the VR headset, feeling like John Bon Jovi's reaching out to them and singing just for them. So, yeah, it's crazy to see this crossover where it is, yeah, mainstream gaming and that celebrity aspect bleeding together with music and into that, I guess, greater pop culture sphere. So it's pretty cool. It's definitely not going to be the last we see of this, that's for sure.
No, definitely. And, you know, it's a smart by Marshmello as well, because anyone that experienced the concert, I think, got limited edition avatar.
Yeah,
and,
got his helmet, got his Marshmello
yeah.
helmet and his pickaxe, I think it was.
And so that means the most popular game in the world right now is now littered with Marshmello, you know, merchandise, or, you know, like avatars. So now kids out there know who Marshmello is, and this person knows who Marshmello is. So then, you know, it's like, you know, hand in hand, essentially. Yeah,
well, remember, he won that Fortnite sort of Pro-Am tourney with Ninja. I think it was last year, whenever they did that big, massive sort of celebrity tourney. Him and Ninja took that out.
So, he won it, did he?
Yeah, him and Ninja took that out. So,
well, there you go. So he already had his finger in the pie.
Mm-hmm. Now he's got his fist in the pie.
Oh, full
Thanks,
fist.
Brendan.
Mm-hmm.
Great imagery.
Dream, what do you think about this?
Don't ask me about this, bro. Don't ask me about this.
I'm asking.
I don't have a lot of positive things to say about this. Yeah, it happened. I'm sure there's a lot of people who probably this was the highlight of their year, which is sad to me. Yeah, you know, it's a great little cross promotion event, obviously, for the reasons you guys have just explained. This is not about music. This is about Fortnite. And like, let's not get that confused at all. Yeah.
But I've seen Ready Player One, and life exists in a VR headset, all right? So
yeah, is that what the message of Ready Player One is? That life should exist in a VR headset, or was the
life will exist?
Oh, okay. But was the message not the complete opposite of that, where they end up taking it down on Wednesdays so that people can go and live their actual lives? I forget.
What, one day a week?
One day a week, yeah. Yeah, that's how crazy it is that you have to mandate that people actually go and have a normal life. Yeah, cool. Good on you, Marshmello. Nice one, Chief.
Glad
you're making
there's no
bank.
Complaints. It was free to Fortnite people. So if you want to experience it, it was free.
But it's not
Well,
but it's not like people are playing Fortnite to listen to Marshmello. It's that this thing happened. It's a Fortnite event, and Marshmello got exposed.
Fortnite is known for their spectacle events. Like, they have, every time there's a changeover season, there's usually, like, some kind of event, and everyone jumps on to experience it. If anything, maybe Fortnite was...
You do the exact same thing in Destiny.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, but Maroon 5 aren't playing a live set.
That's a gaming
thing.
If Maroon 5 said that they were going to play a live show at the tower, I'll be there. It's my friggin'... I don't know. I can't name it... outfit right now,
my window, knock on my door. As soon as that's, can you imagine the flossing and the dabbing to fucking Maroon 5?
No, to be sensual, She Will Be Love dances, to be like nice and slow emotes, those sexy dances that you do in Destiny.
I was thinking of that, I don't even know what the name of the song is, but it's the first song that they had. But either way, Fortnite has spectacles. I'm assuming they do it to stay, like, fresh, relevant, have something that keeps on piping up. And this is just one of those events and spectacles that everyone could go and experience.
Oh, yeah, like, if anything, like, Epic are probably the most socially aware developer, publisher out there these days. Like, they are knowing where their audience is, and it's, these young kids, majority is, based in that probably, 10 to 16 gauge gap. So what can we do? We can be meme-centric, we can be playing with the celebrity, playing with these rad DJs and everything. Like, their finger is firmly on the pulse.
I thought it was in the pie. Oh, no, that was Marshmello.
No, the fist is in the pie, the finger's on the pulse. I don't know. But feedback from walking past when we picked up Art from school the other day, one of the kids probably said it was lit fam, this concert. So, from all accounts, it was a positive experience. Except if you dream. Because he's, sharpening that pitchfork, ready to take him to task.
Just a contrarian. I can't wait to see, like... I'm, like, super conscious of the fact that I'm now not, like, super, super young. Like, 28 now. And I feel myself losing touch just, like, a little bit every other week, Just a little bit more with what the fuck's going on with those that are 18. Like, I'm totally conscious of that now, Mm-hmm. And I cannot wait to see when I'm like 40, like how big that disconnect is between me and them. Because
it'll be like the Grand Canyon.
I have a feeling it'll be bigger than it's ever been in the world. Like with any generation, just all the shit that's happening right now, all the phenomenons, the Fortnite shit. I feel like this is the first big gap is Fortnite, and I don't know. Bigger than what Pokemon set apart from me and my parents, Mm-hmm. They still can't wrap their head around Pikachu. Anyway, I'm not trying to like hate. This has about as much appeal to me as a punch in the face. Like, that's if I'm and like just fairly. Sometimes a punch in the face probably seems like a better thing to me than this. Yeah. Not great. Yeah.
Solid review.
Epic doing more epic things, They've got that big dick energy, just making concerts, buying companies.
I'm just sick of seeing people fucking flossing. I'm so tired of it.
Oh, me too.
I'm so tired of it.
And I want, like, these kids probably don't even floss in real life, like, for teeth care and gum, like, to avoid plaque and all that kind of stuff. Where flossing is required, I bet none of these fuckers do that. Now I feel like I'm 40. My God.
This is great. Like, you guys both aged like 20 years, like, just on this podcast. It was fantastic.
All right, let's wrap this one up.
Yeah, it's getting close to early bird dinner specials, so let's close this off. Get a good seat. Is there anything you two wanted to say before we shut him down for another week?
I just want to see if the audience want to participate in the who you think which video game character either one of us of the Hungry Gamers is. If you guys want to participate, then chuck us a message on socials. We'd be very interested to hear your opinions.
Yeah, sling us a message on the socials to any one of us, or to the to We Are 8-Bit Twitter account, or drop us an email, hello@8bit.net, if you wanted to dive deeper than the 240 character limit on Twitter. If you wanted to dive deep on why we are character X or Y, because we'd love to know about it and hear about it and dissect these on a future episode of the Hungry Gamers. Dream?
8-bit 3.0. As we said earlier, that's coming up thick and fast. February 14, keep an eye out for that date because there are some very special things happening. It's only less than 2 weeks away, 11 days away at the time of recording, 10 days away at the time this episode actually comes out. It is a very exciting thing that we've been planning for some time, so keep your eyes peeled. Hashtag AT3BIT.
Couldn't have said it better myself. But this has been episode 137 of the Hungry Gamers podcast. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe on all those podcast platforms, namely Apple Podcasts or iTunes if you can, because those reviews keep the emotional lights on in our hearts while you're there. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe the other podcasts in the hashtag 8bit Collective or the other podcasts that are just in your rotation because everyone is deserving of some of that love. So closing us out this week is the Lazy Couch podcast, a show that covers technology events, launches and announcements by analysing media coverage with an Aussie spin. Co-hosted by Kelvin Lee and Jeff Kim. So until next week, 8-Bit Nation, much love.
Stay hungry.
Hi, this is Jeff Kim.
My name is Kelvin Lee.
And we are the team behind the Lazy Couch podcast.
Yeah, it's a little show we have to cover the biggest tech news, events, announcements, basically the stuff that we love.
Yep, and what makes it special is that we watch a shit ton of videos and we play those back on the show while offering our insights.
Yeah, so it could be from CNBC, it could be crazy things like, Cheddar TV, but anything that makes it interesting, we cover it. So it's a little bit different from everything else.
And we're based in Sydney, Australia, so we'll give it a bit of an Aussie spin. We'll talk about some of the local sports and the movies that's happening all around here.
Yeah, we keep it a little crazy. If you want to learn more about the show, check out the website. It's at thelazycouch.com or just search for us on any of the social platforms. This is Kelv out.
Jeff out.
You've been listening to The Hungry Gamers, one of many gaming and geek culture related podcasts from the 8-Bit Collective over on 8bit.net. Check out more episodes on your podcast service of choice. And while you're there, please be sure to rate and subscribe. Until next time, boys and girls, stay hungry.